I'm happy to be joined on Primetime Local News today by Joe Chowaniec. And Joe, thank you for taking the time to speak to us today. Really excited to talk about your new book.
Thanks for having me.
Well, and let's talk about the book, Abandoned Alberta. Really super interesting project. Like even the cover just draws you in when you see some of the photos. What was your reasoning to decide to go the route with the book?
I don't know, I just became fascinated with these old buildings as I was driving around the provinces, whether for pleasure or work, and I just started documenting them, and friends and family said I should maybe make a Facebook page and put up my work so other people can enjoy them, and one thing led to another.
Now, looking at some of the photos, Joe, really kind of eerie, almost some of them. It looks like in places families just got up and left. What was your feeling when you were going into some of these places? Is it kind of a little bit eerie in some of the cases?
Yeah, I'd say eerie. I'm always amazed at what I find left behind and can't figure it out. Yeah, there's something about it. People just seem to get up and disappear for whatever reason. Some for family reasons. Some the family doesn't want to, homestead anymore, and the land is just left, and it's how it is.
So are the photographs from pretty much all over the province, and is there any from around this area here, Lloydminster, Wainwright, Vermilion, even or Cold Lake and Bonnyville? That's kind of our broadcast area. Is there any from this region?
I think, okay, I got to Vegreville area. I got down to right near the Saskatchewan border, south of Lloydminster, I believe. There's a grain elevator from down there that's in there. And south, I mean, it covers pretty much all of the province.
And did you just go and drive, Joe, and just look for these, or did some people give you information on where they were? Or how did you end up finding a lot of these?
Honestly, a lot of it was hard work, just lots of driving. I think I say in the intro of the book, probably 10,000 kilometers of driving. It's probably at least double that. I probably underestimated. And now with the size of my Facebook group, lots of people reach out to me with locations of places that I might want to photograph and check out. Owners contact me, and yeah, it just continues to grow.
So is this something where you're going to perhaps do a second book and do more photographs and maybe check out another province, or would you be sticking with Alberta?
I'll be staying with Alberta. I think the publisher, I know for sure they did Forgotten Saskatchewan last year with an individual from Saskatchewan. They have a project in Manitoba right now, and I'd love to do a second book. I'm pitching a second book to them. There's so much more of Alberta to explore and document history and share history with people, and I think the important part is sharing the history.
Can you tell me a little bit, Joe, just about the cover photo? Because really that picture kind of almost makes it look like, any abandoned buildings that you see, a lot of them do look like that. Tell me about the cover photo and where that was, and is that building still standing today?
That photo is from the Camrose area. It was a house built in about 1915 from a family that came out from Nova Scotia, and that was their first home before they moved to somewhere else in the province. I photographed it multiple times, but the last time I photographed it was in March, and that was the cover shot of the book. We decided on that, and I have since been back to that house in the last few weeks, and it has since finally given into gravity. And if anyone sees the cover, they'll be amazed that it's even standing. So yeah, as a house, I believe they said 8 or 9 children lived in that tiny little house. Like a lot of times back in the homesteading days, a lot of people in a small house with no heat and water. So it was a tough go.
Are you surprised, Joe, at the reaction you've had to the book and people who maybe didn't know history behind some of these photos and just, the response you've had even just on your Facebook page and to the book itself? Did you think it was going to have that wide of an audience?
Honestly, no, I'm completely overwhelmed. I'm humbled by it all. I'm humbled by the media reaching out and the people reaching out that I've heard nothing but good things about the book and the photographs. The stories people are telling me, the messages I get about how they loved it, how their parents loved it, how they're getting copies for their grandparents. I even dropped off a nursing home the other day. I dropped off a free copy to give to the long-term care patients. I thought they'd enjoy it. I happened to be in the area. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed by the whole thing.
And Joe, if anybody wants to order the book, what is the best way to do that?
Amazon chapters. Check my Facebook page, Abandoned Alberta. Um, it has a logo and the cover of the book on it, so that's the one to look for. Those are your best bets. I don't know if there's a chapters in Lloydminster. Is there?
There's a bookstore in the mall, yeah.
Or chapters or Coles. They should have it. They should have it there as well. And
Okay.
if not, we'll get it there.
Okay, well, Joe, thank you so much for speaking with us today. It's just an amazing book, and I think a lot of people really do like to see history and take a look at some of these buildings, and it's something that you always notice when going for a drive anywhere. So congratulations on the success, and we're looking forward to book number 2 coming out.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
All right,
Take care.
thanks, Joe.